Good morning, everybody. We had a really nice run up here to 518K. We're starting to get a moving average breakdown. This is a really good algo system to watch. One of our many here that I use and at BRT as we trade. So we had an algo buy up. So after that huge CPI revision pop scam, we knew it was going to sell back down. That was obvious. So it came all the way back down for the dip buy, recovered the 666 100 EMA. Now, what do we always say? We have a confirmation on the 666, but nothing on the 100, nothing on the 50. We never short the first loop, so it gets ran up. These are not loops. First loop, you never short. Second, this is where you want to see tentatively the double top lower high setup to at least come back down to a decent 100 EMA. If it wants to force up and scam from here, that's fine. It doesn't really matter. Whatever it wants to do is fine. But this last little trade scalp, we're over 2,600 green, so we're just playing around with some little MNQs here at the top, as we do have a really nice setup for the breakdown of the moving average setup. Whenever we loop that 50, break the 50, it does not usually hold support.
Order filled.
A lot of the times you'll get a lower high setup.
Order filled.
We talked about this one a lot, where you get the higher high, scalped longs, breakdown, the back test, and then go. You'll see the RSI come back to the 50 line and then start to dive. And the 5 minute still has a lot of exhaustion here. So if we take this down, start looking at our charts on the 5 minute here on Qs, we have an opportunity to see that we have lower highs setting up here. We got some buyer beats in the last 15-20 minutes where seller beats coming back in right here, where sellers are taking control of the top of this market for this lower high setup as we're setting up for. And then we should get a wash back down from my target, which is just the 100 EMA 1 minute. So this is what we call a 10 SMA loop. So we try to be predictive with these. They come in, they break, they back test confirmation of lower high. So snap the moving average 50 in the red, come back up a lower high and move to the 100 EMA. And this is just called riding the moving averages. One of my top 5 strategies that I rotate on a lot of the time. And again, we're just on some MNQs here. Just wanted to get some live trades in here because we've had a lot of scalps back and forth today. It was a little choppy in the morning, but still nice big green. And this one should play out accordingly to the algos unless we get scammed. So it is what it is either way. So watch the pressure here. It's supposed to stay under the 50 RSI. We have max support on 1 minute. So we have like rolling supports. So if I bring these over here on the 1 minute chart, I'm trying to pay attention to long term on the 5 because we are closer to that 1030 mark, and usually the algos reset at 1032 with the euro close, so we can get some opposite attraction of this algo force up we've had all morning. And right here you can see, so the 1 minute, it's on the max zero line. It's very close to support here, so it's going to get a little jerk back up there and give you the entry to the lower high. We're going to get a lower low here on RSI for the NQ. So you see the low, lower low, lower highs. So again, this whole push high consolidation thing is susceptible to shorts. So unless they scam it up, this is just a trade that they blew up on manipulation, which this is a high probable trade. This is one of my top favorites. This is probably a B grade trade for me. Not a grade A, but definitely a B. So a very good lower high, lose the 50, tag the 100. And again, it's confirmation trading because when the price action back here, boom, popped up, we had no back test of the 200 SMA, 100 SMA, 50 SMA. And we shied the 50 right here on the 1 minute. So tentatively, we'll have to come back down. And that next tag usually breaks, false breakout, back up on the longs. And then all the catalyst concerning will shoot us down for a nice little break. And again, I'm just trying to scalp down to the 100 EMA, try to lock in the greens. Nice, slow and controlled. We don't go too crazy. We're on Fridays. Fridays are always the low trade day, but this could net us a couple $100. We'll see. We only got a couple, 5 MNQs. 5 MNQs can do some damage, man. You don't need any massive position sizes to go freaking nuts on, you know what I mean? So for this trade explanation, I want to explain to you guys, this is moving average riding. So on the 1 minute chart, jumps up on the algos, rides the 10 SMA, and around 10:30 a.m. Central, my time, the algos swap on the euro close, and then we'll get a scalp back down to the back testing confirmationals, because if you look right here, we have 0 tags. So the algos, during a little bit of a pullback, exhaustion, where it's just up for way too long, generally has a good opportunity to come down. Now, we don't have any catalyst to be up here. We had Baker Roof Hughes, whatever the freaking data was this morning, which is a nothing sandwich. So this is, again, the 3rd day in a row where we're just getting pure technical analysis plays, waiting for time shifts on algorithms with you, waiting for back tests and confirmations here, and everything should go pretty well. So let's just give it a quick second here down to the 100 EMA. We got 30 contracts on, which is 5 across the board. We could do our 30 fill or full fill down here. put it for the buy near the 100 EMA. And we just wait for the fill here on the lower high crackdown. We got the RSI lows, and it's just chopping around. The VIX is, it's kind of doing its thing right now. We don't have too much to help with the VIX. The dollar is on a little bit of a micro higher low, higher high. So let me pull that over real quick. You can see the VIX really isn't helping us too much here. That's to the downside, but if it holds the line, the dollar is helping us with this micro short. So I'm really hoping the dollar is the catalyst. You can see the MAC cross right here on the dollar looking very good. And you can see the higher low, higher high system. So if the dollar gets a pop, it's just going to spook the market down to the 100 EMA. And that's a typical algo program. It's a back test of confirmation, right? Confirmational trading is what we do. We don't guess. We don't guess tops. We confirm trades, right? So this is system number 3 I use. I use gap systems. I use Fibonacci systems. I use many, many trade systems that I've perfected over the years of 14 years. So as you see, you'll see this one play out here as I call it, as I talk about it live. We'll get our tag. So yeah, 100 EMA. We don't want to shy it too. So that's one thing I forgot to cover here. So one thing you don't want to do is like wait till an absolute hit of the 100 EMA. You want to wait till it gets really close and get out. Don't ever hold your positions to watch for something like this where it comes down. Yeah, it's going to hit the 50. I'm going to close out at the 50. And then it shies it and runs away from you, right? And then finally comes back later. Then you're stuck fighting all of this uptrend chop. You don't want to do that, right? So we did shy the 100 EMA just a little bit there. My order did not fill, so we could move that up a little bit, but I'm still pretty confident in the hit. So we just really low on that RSI, so it needs a little speed candle down. And with MNQ, very susceptible to those. So 17,973 area there. I think that's where it comes in on TOS as well, and that's high of day prior. So yeah, that all works out. But we're up like 157 here. Nothing. Again, these are very clean cuts, about $1,000 overall across all the accounts on the trade. So I could exit at any time and profit, but sticking to the trade plan as always, waiting for my fills, being calm, patient, and controlled is how you be a professional trader. So there is a lot of high range scalps, a lot of high frequency scalps like this I take every day, maybe 10, 15 ounce, but man, do they play out. Because we usually have a pretty good track record. Right now, this is green day, about 120, 121. I'll have to check the chart, but since last year. And so far on Trading Apex, we've had 0 reds as well. So now it's getting super close to that 100, shied it again. So now I'm like, okay, we got a
order filled.
Shy, got really close, got sucked back up. That's where I get a little bit hesitant on the trade. It'll probably slam down one more time, but I'm not into giving up PNL. So let's go look. 594 across the board. So 594 times 6 is about 3,500 something. So $3,500 on the day for that last little trade scalp. I don't want to get shied out, right? So essentially, it will probably fall down a little bit here, but I don't want to risk profits, right? So we had the short, we had the lower high call. Everything worked out. And thanks for tuning in.